expensive job you can put for your insurance as a racing driver, it's totally wrong.
I had a nice first road car.
Yeah, I know.
But don't judge me too quickly.
That was the moment when I listened to him and went, okay, this is going to work.
What's up, everyone? We are at the Jumeirah Carlton Tower for episode 12 of Team Torque. And I really want to start this one. Guys, do you know what weekend it is?
We know what weekend it is.
What weekend is it?
It's the British Grand Prix.
No, it's 4th of July weekend.
Oh, sorry.
Come on. And I'm on a mission today because I want to find an American flag to wrap around me to walk to the track, into the track tomorrow.
We do have a home livery.
Put the British GP to the side. This is our weekend.
The American embassy isn't far away.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get down the embassy.
Yeah,
fireworks.
Where did
It's 4th of July
4th of
fireworks?
July
Yeah,
fireworks.
but
Yeah.
why did you think?
I'm just thinking, should we shoot some fireworks over
Yeah,
the race weekend?
Well, there's quite a nice
I mean,
balcony here. We could just fire them off the roof.
As a host, I didn't do a great job of introing.
I was going to say, we're not normally here, are we?
This is a nice chat.
I got a little bit excited about 4th of July.
Yeah.
I need to say we are lucky to have the Fast and the Curious podcast. Christian, Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's
In
lovely
fact,
to be here.
before we continue, let's.
Whoa!
We just want to.
It's going to be a crossover.
Have they outbranded us? Where's our Williams
Well,
mic?
we have gifts for them as well.
Right, but that's not a gift. They're just plugging themselves.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
absolutely. We are. Sorry about that.
Okay, now I'll give you. I don't know if you can hear me now. I'll give you these later.
Okay.
They're obviously lovely gifts, which are heavily branded with our sponsors.
Oh, that's really nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I hope you guys will appreciate that.
And we'll give you some Fast and the Curious hats.
What is the merch game?
Well, this is it.
This is it at the moment.
One hat.
One color.
It's a good color though. If you're gonna
Very
choose,
positive.
if you're gonna choose one color,
It should be pink.
it should be this color.
Well,
I
there's,
agree.
there's not a pink team on the grid.
I think you have a tag, Greg, on the top of your
I've got what?
a tag.
Oh, you have got a tag.
You've left the tag on, mate.
That's because this will be resold. Anyway, can I just say,
You could.
this is so cool that you've invited us on your podcast.
Sorry. Yes.
Because I mean, you've returned the favor because we've had you on our podcast, both of you, loads of times.
Yes. I
But
feel
this is-
like it's nice as well that we're face to face. Most of the
Yeah.
time we're on Zoom
Yes.
during a race weekend, so it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
But I did see you in Canada and wasn't down to interview you, and you gave me a lovely little wave across an interview you were doing with Formula One, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Just keeping it real with the boys.
With the lads. Very laddie on this podcast.
Exactly. Exactly.
Here I am, my pink hat, being a lad.
I mean, we've done a few short little pieces away from track on race weekends.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always nice to be on your guys' pod. So.
We're loving being here, especially as it's British Grand Prix weekend.
Are you guys going?
Yes,
We are going.
You are our first thing.
Are you with us?
We are now.
I guess not.
We're with you now.
Who
I'm
are you
always with
enjoying the weekend with?
Yeah.
I'll be enjoying
Who's
the
hosting
weekend
you?
with Christian Hugo
Brilliant.
and McLaren. McLaren. But you know, that's
On that,
Yeah.
I've seen your little segment with Oscar.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, the cricket.
no. When you
Oh,
were
the
talking
question.
when you were
Oh.
talking about Hamilton
Yeah.
and
Oh, the viral clip.
yeah, so it was,
No, come on, talk to me about it.
What happened?
So basically-
I've missed out.
Logan, explain. Yeah, tell the story here because this is a good one.
basically he's doing a podcast with Oscar, and he was talking about how great it would be if Lewis won with his first year in Ferrari.
This is last year with Mercedes.
Oh, it was this year.
Yeah,
Wait,
this
look,
year.
Okay,
this
sorry,
is it,
this year
but-
with Mercedes.
But you know, everyone understands what this podcast is. We love all the drivers. We find
But
everyone's
particularly
funny.
Lewis.
Well, no, everyone's fun, and so we were at Silverstone. We were at a shakedown day,
Okay. Yeah.
and so we were and Lewis was like zooming around the track, and it was just after that Ferrari news had dropped.
Yeah. Okay.
And I said, Oscar, it'd be kind of amazing if he won the championship in Mercedes this year.
Yeah.
And then Oscar I was trying to get a funny answer from him,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
got one, to be fair. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
Oscar
"No,
cut
it
him down.
Oscar was
no,
happy.
mate, it wouldn't be amazing. it would be awful. No, it'd be awful.
Wouldn't it be better if
great
Oscar Piastri won?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then
Yeah,
there was this.
yeah.
It kind of went mad, the video, and then
Yeah.
all the comments of people going, "Who's this?"
Well, also,
guy.
you guys get that this is the
Be
Fast
careful
and the
with the F1
Curious.
fan base.
Sorry,
If you
yeah.
mess around with them, you know.
But
wasn't
you,
messing around with Oscar, and he gets it. He's funny.
well, you guys get that the Fast and the Curious is a light-hearted podcast, and you get that Greg isn't a hardcore Formula One journalist. Not everyone on the internet.
I don't think he's very happy about that.
Hey, excuse me.
What is your like in terms of F1 knowledge? I know Christian, you're
okay.
You're pretty good. Greg,
I'm like Christian for cricket,
right?
And for Formula One, I'm pretty good. I mean, I've been following it for years,
right?
But I'm pretty good. I mean, I love it.
Yes.
I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother starting a podcast with him if I didn't love it.
How intense are you in terms of like? Do you know all the drivers and you know?
Oh yeah.
Kind of Drive to Survive. You love that stuff.
I do. Do you know what? I've also I didn't. It wasn't why I.
You weren't a fan because of Drive to Survive.
No, I wasn't a fan. I was a fan from when I was a kid.
And I can back that up. His knowledge predates the Drive to Survive. It's not there's anything wrong with people who come into the sport through Drive to Survive.
No.
But yeah, and the first year of our podcast was a lot of me as an F1 geek since I was a kid, explaining the sport to Greg and Betty.
Yeah.
But I now feel Betty's not here, our third presenter. But I now feel that you two are such.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain much to you anymore. You know it.
That's why we started doing this, because I was chatting to Christian on a race weekend, just asking him questions, because I just love learning about. I love getting into a sport.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's got so many parts to it.
Yeah.
A lot like cricket. I'm not going to keep going on about cricket, but it's just so
You will-
much.
you
You
will
can just
keep going on about cricket.
you
That
can
does
dig
happen.
and dig and dig into the stats and the history and the history of it is really interesting, and how things change and how people adapt. And like, it's the same with how cricket bats are different over the years, like cars are different over the years, and I find that amazing.
Cricket bat technology is big.
Huge.
Really?
If you look at, I mean, not quite as advanced as the rockets that you drive,
Right.
but in terms of the size of bats and, the
And
weight
does
and
it
the
have
shape,
to be wood?
it has to be willow.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like golf clubs.
Willow.
It's constantly evolving, you know?
You know willow? You know, like a weeping willow tree. You know, the lovely sort of...
A golf club's made of willow trees.
No, cricket bats.
Sorry, Logan distracted me with golf. A cricket bat's made of willow trees.
Yes.
So
It's
it has
willow.
to be a type of tree, not just any wood.
Just, willow. It's a willow. It's
Willow
willow.
trees
They're all
off
willow.
of primary school.
Yeah. Yes.
The more you know.
Off of Wind in the Willows.
Off of window, because I don't know about you
Why?
guys. My primary school had a big willow tree. I feel like all primary schools had a willow tree.
Why don't they open up the regulations on that?
Or oak bats and stuff.
Or like carbon fiber.
Well, so they did have. You've asked.
You're listening to the
I'm gonna
Williams
get-
cricket
It
podcast.
has turned into a cricket
Well,
podcast.
they did have a time when a guy came out and batted with a metal cricket bat,
Right.
and then it was immediately banned.
Because he killed several fielders.
Yeah, because it was too powerful.
Wow.
So yeah,
Too powerful.
too powerful.
The almighty.
There are regulations in every sport. You
It's
see.
like Iron Man.
Yeah. But anyway, to answer your question, short answer, I love this sport.
Oh, good.
And he was my sort of little F1 nerd that I would text and go,
Yeah.
tell me exactly what you mean by what's this tyre strategy all about?
Yes.
Tell me about all this. I think that's what I found amazing, because when you're a kid, you look at the sport and you go, oh my God, it was so fun to drive really fast. And then it's really fun to drive really fast.
is.
But then you don't realise when you're growing up watching the sport that there's so much to it.
Sure.
And that makes it even more interesting.
And you say about the fun. Logan, I think your second appearance on our podcast, I think you'd only done 2 races. I know it's one of our favourite moments of the Fast and the Curious, where we were at the Williams base in the gaming room, and we were getting you to describe the lights out moment of your first ever Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And the excitement in your eyes was so cool. And it is lovely when you see because you guys do this for a job, but it is lovely when oh my God, this is so cool comes out of you guys, because it is cool.
It's actually that was the moment when I listened back to that episode, because we were we're only in our second year now of this podcast. That was the episode I listened to and went, okay, this is going to work, because we had the drivers on to tell us their actual feelings.
Yeah,
you're allowed to go nerdy and you're allowed to talk about that stuff, but also we like to keep it light and fun. But in that moment where you were talking about your heart racing and you're just solely focused on that moment, you're like, this is it. I mean, all of that is built up to that moment. It's a really beautiful thing.
I think still to this day, my heart rate is at its highest at the start. I don't know how you
for
are.
sure. Always.
But you definitely feel the peak, and then of course you settle into it.
Yeah.
I think the highest for me is Monaco. Like Monaco qualifying lap. That's where you're just like.
But I feel
know,
like
that's-
qualifying is different to a race start, because a race start you have like the anticipation building,
Pure adrenaline.
whereas
Or
quali, you're kind of in it. Like you don't have time to think about, what could or could not happen kind of thing. True. You're just going out and doing it.
And that moment is spread over a lap rather than a moment when the lights go out, I guess.
Yes. I guess the peak of a race start would be like that.
Yeah.
And then qualifying in Monaco is like...
Yeah. just constant.
Pure... Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Perhaps you won't admit it even if you are. You know when you talk about like a qualifying lap in Monaco, are you ever scared? Because that's scary. It's the walls are so close. It looks scary.
I think there's a moment, at least for me, where you do free practice, you do everything, you feel like you're on the limit, and you think, oh, okay, that was tight. Like I was pushing more than most drivers on that lap. Like that was on the edge, and then but that's not really the case. All the drivers are doing the same thing, and then by the time you go into qualifying, you're kind of first lap in qualifying. It's kind of how you left off in practice, and then after that moment, you start to go out of your comfort zone. So then you really start to go into a point where it's like, I'm going to commit into this corner, and there's an element of you that doesn't feel like if you're going to come out the other side. And so you kind of, at least for me, there's a couple of corners around Monaco where it's like you turn in, you're like, this thing better stick, and that's the bit of like you put yourself beyond the limit, and that's that kind of like that's the adrenaline. That's where that feeling of like shakes happen.
Yeah, I completely agree with the commitment part, but it's not. You're not scared of what could go wrong. At least not for me.
No.
You're just fully committed.
But there's I still have a feeling though, even when I go into some corners, like turn 3 in Monaco or corner after chicane.
9.
Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, here we go. This is like, I'll either come out the other side of my way.
Mate, my T9 in Monaco this year, I don't know how I made it through. But it was probably the best T9 I've ever done. But it is for sure the case, especially at like a street track. You get to qualifying and you've done all of this and you feel comfortable, but then it's qualifying. You just take it up to, you have to take it up to another level.
Yeah. So that's fun.
I think the only thing we'll ever get close to that, people who won't drive Formula 1 cars, that slightly reminds me of when you were at Universal Studios, Alton Towers.
Right.
Like a roller coaster where you see it and you're watching it and it goes on and you're like, I don't think I'm going to survive this moment. But then you're like, hang on, no, in theory I must do because this has done 5,000 loops a day and people are getting off the other side. Like I can see them getting their pictures. So I'm going to survive this. But there's that moment where you doubt. And
then that photo comes out and you're like, you've now got image proof.
You can see in your face the doubt.
Well, on that, you must watch back some of those hairy moments. And do you think, oh God, how did I manage to get that through, or I pushed it a bit too much?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
And half the time when you go off is when it hasn't worked out. Then you've gone, well, I've pushed it too much. So, yeah.
Is it always cool? For example, the team radio.
It's not cool when you crash.
Well, no, obviously not.
It's cool when you pull something off that was sketchy.
Take, for example, a friend of Williams, used to drive for Williams, George Russell.
Yeah.
Won the last race. Ecstatic as he crosses the line.
Plug George.
He then did say yabba dabba do. Will he watch that back and slightly regret that? Is it always you watch it back and go, that was cool? Yabba dabba do.
He goes, yabba dabba do.
You're joking me. What a disaster. I'm gonna message him that now. Yabba dabba do.
Can you message him now and see if he replies before
I
the
don't
end
have
of the
my
podcast?
phone on me. Where is my phone? I'm that professional as a
I think in the
podcaster.
moment you're just like so excited.
Exactly, and then you watch it back like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah,
But as well, like you're not only excited for yourself, but excited for the team. Like excited for all the hard work that everyone's put into it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's like just, it's just
Yabba
I guess
dabba-
happiness.
Yabba
but
dabba do.
Let it run away with you.
I mean,
Yabba
in
dabba
that
do.
sense, I mean, that must have been his happy words.
Yabba dabba do. Yabba dabba don't.
I really want to see what he
Exciting
replies to.
words.
Have we got George's phone? Have we got Alex's
I
phone?
will.
Where is it? Oh, is it in there? Okay.
Should I say?
I just think just a rogue yabba dabba do out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is it a cat? Well,
Or just a Fred Flintstone picture.
I don't see many Flintstone references nowadays, do you? It's nice,
No.
really. It's
I
old
wouldn't have
school.
thought that George
Maybe we
was a
should call
Flintstones
George.
fan.
The guy's gonna be like,
Call him. Call him. Call him.
you-
Call him.
I'll send you a thing. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to wish him a well done.
Oh.
Yeah. It
I
just
did-
totally.
Alex!
I haven't
I
either.
wished him a well done in the car itself. So I went past him and I gave him a
I'll
big
tell
wave.
him tomorrow.
You gonna see him?
I'm sure.
Yabba dabba do.
You will at the British Grand Prix, which
Can
you're
you-
both racing at.
Yeah.
You will see him.
Yeah, you'll run cross paths.
I think we'll cross paths
Yeah.
at some point.
Hope
over,
so.
over
I think it's
the
gone wrong
weekend.
for someone if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to do Yabba Dabba Doo and well done, or just
No, just
Yabba? Then it
Dabba
is just Yabba Dabba Doo.
He
Is he a quick replier?
he's a better replier than I am. Yeah,
You're terrible.
I am. I'm not very good. I did leave him on red on the.
Anytime I have a question for Alex, it's like 2 hours
I'm
later.
good to you. I'm
good to you.
Good to you.
Trust me, I reply quicker to you than I do to 95% of people.
Right.
Not that I have read them already and I ignore them.
Can I just dig into why you haven't said well done to him yet?
Oh, he already replied.
Oh, this is great.
Nothing.
Oh.
Just ha ha ha. Paddle later? Question mark.
Are you playing paddle with him later?
Interesting.
Are you? I'll ask him. Are you in Monaco? Because he must be.
Now we're having a.
Now they're just planning their social life.
Now-
But this is so.
Now we're
This is
listening
so.
to them
This is why.
planning.
This is why we watch this. This is. So are you going to play paddle later?
I think Yabba Dabba Doo might be our new way of saying hello to George.
Yeah,
So whenever no one
So we
who
see
knows
him
George
tomorrow.
now, no one say hello. Just everyone just go Yabba Dabba Doo.
There's always a thing with George, isn't there? That last year it was the that.
There's that.
No, it's
Yeah,
Yabba
this
Dabba
year
Doo.
it's Yabba Dabba.
I do. I have to say, I love that he's incorporated that into his celebration.
Embrace
I
it.
think he's owned that, and I
Yes.
think that's special. That's like Mo Farah.
What did
George
he?
has got
Did
his
he,
one.
did he do that after the win?
He does that now. So he did it for his pole position in Canada, and then he did it again here. So
I think he's gone full circle with it, hasn't he? Because I think he didn't like it.
yeah,
So they changed the intro
True.
for this season on the coverage,
that's true.
and he's gone actually. No, that is my thing.
Yeah.
Gotta do that.
Because we told us on the podcast, it only became a thing because he actually just leant on the side of the wall in a long filming day, and they were like, "Oh, that works." Really though?
And that's
And
it. Suddenly it's a thing.
What would be your guys's? Well, for all four of us, what would be our
Ooh,
pose?
great
one.
question.
I quite like it. I think just
I
like
reckon yours will just be a little
just
on the
that.
Fast and the Curious.
Yeah.
I'm not a very cool man. I can't get away with anything, so I think I'd just go really understated. I think
You'd be like this.
Just standing still.
This would be yours. You'd do that.
if I was a professional racing driver, I'd do that, would I? Right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what he thinks.
I
of
think
me.
you just do just a smile and a thumbs up.
What are your ones on the current one?
I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's very true. I have to go dust the old cobwebs off that.
F2 days, I did my like very slow up,
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
cool.
but
I
very
feel-
slow.
I feel
Like,
I
Is
feel
that
like
eagle?
I mean,
we need one. We need an eagle.
it wasn't meant to be.
What's the most
It could be.
American celebration you can do? Because you need to start thinking about it.
Could you not lend him a horse? You must have a horse at the Albon
but
farm.
we have a Shetland.
Doesn't look quite as good, does
So
it?
it
A
doesn't-
Shetland pony.
Poor Logan on a Shetland pony. It's like that big. It's like a golden retriever.
There's your race winner.
It's not going to look as good.
Where
It's
was-
going to look amazing. You can actually sort of lasso
Do you remember-
the second and third on the podium.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Danny Rick went into the Austin paddock on a horse?
He
He did.
So it's been done.
Oh.
But I
So
think
it's a bit late now.
Everything's been
someone's,
done.
Someone's done it. So
Couldn't do that. I'm allergic to horse fur.
right, guys, we got to actually go to some fan questions.
Oh, great.
We've been demanded.
we've
Oh, I don't
We're
think
in-
we've done anything on the
we're-
running order of
we're
the
in-
podcast
we're
yet.
in trouble.
I have not done anything, and I have been looking at it. So
Okay.
I'm just really fascinated with F1 logistics, like drivers' logistics pre-race.
well Alex nowadays just PJ everywhere.
no, that's not true.
PJ?
New
Private-
deals
private
come
jet.
through. Just jet.
Private jet, dear.
Private jet. Sorry, Inca.
I'm on EasyJet.
but some of
economy
us
every
have to,
time middle
yeah.
seat.
You're an EJ,
I'm an EJ.
right?
I'm going to help Alex present because you veer our podcast
Sorry,
off topic
sorry.
a lot.
Sorry.
That happens a lot. And
More
Alex
fan
has
questions.
got to hold
we
it
haven't
together.
we haven't even asked one yet.
Sorry for having a nice time.
Fan questions.
Yes, right.
Yeah, sorry for bringing
Right,
joy.
because we ran on. I'm
Now we're
trying
gonna have
to,
Alex start.
But these questions are ridiculous. Okay, let me just start. If you could teach a dog to do one look, see,
No, this sounds great.
if you could teach a dog to do one human thing, what would it be?
Drive a car.
Apparently, we've got to ask you about Barney.
Yeah, I'd get my dog Barney to drive a car.
What, to pick you up from the pub and things?
Oh, it'd be amazing. Imagine a dog.
Are you would like to, or you're trying to get him to?
No, that's
because I have seen these videos. Have you seen them
Of dogs driving cars? Well, they're sort of accidentally driving. They're not.
No.
Imagine-
in a car park, empty car park, and they've taught them how to drive. Have you seen that?
I have not seen.
Imagine if your dog
Was this a dream? Did you actually seen this?
I will pull up TikTok right now.
Is this allowed? There's nobody in there, man. Oh my god, where are you going?
Okay. I've seen many videos.
I mean, have
on
you
TikTok.
seen the videos in America where the dogs grab beer for?
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
That's so
But
American.
how good would it be if your dog could be like a world-class chef?
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Ratatouille, but dog version.
Yeah, nice.
Just like meal. I mean,
So
that'd be,
basically, you want your
You're a
dog to
chef.
be your servant, essentially.
I'd have the dog clean up its own mess.
That's it. That's what you want.
And hoover up its fur.
Yeah.
That's good. Greg?
It's weird. I get sort
drive.
of. You get quite attached to your dog's
Yeah.
mess. I feel.
Pardon?
I was with you until you said you get attached to their mess.
No, not
Yeah.
literally. No, but okay, you get attached to every part of the dog. So actually, I'm immune to picking up the.
Oh, I'm not. I
Really?
never get.
I think I
don't
saw
like-
one of your videos on your Instagram about your dog going to the bathroom on a train.
That was actually quite a sad day.
His dog
So
went to the bathroom right in the middle of a train,
So
and
Wow.
I was
he
taking him to the
panicked.
vet. I was taking him to the vet. He was having a knee operation.
I thought he was going to have
He was
bowel
nerv-
issue.
No, he's fine. He was a bit nervous on the train. He was and people were petting him, and he was having a nice time. It was fine.
Yeah.
And he tried to get off a station early. I was like, no, come back. What are you doing? I didn't realize that he needed to go
Oh, wow.
badly.
Yes.
And then the doors closed, and then between the two next stop, he stood up next to the door, and I have never seen so much.
Unbelievable.
The whole floor.
So what did you do?
Stand there. I was just standing there going,
What can he do?
No,
my
but
God.
did you get off on the next stop?
yeah.
Did you leave
I
it
told
and
the
you
train-
left?
I told the train guard, I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't, because what are you supposed to do? So I was there, there were two lovely ladies, old
Yes.
ladies sitting near me.
Yes.
And I just, in that moment, I needed a mum. And I went, what do I do? And they said, there's nothing you can do, dear. And I just stood
not,
there.
is there?
There's nothing you can do.
You just ran off or you enjoyed the
I
piss?
was like tapping his belly, being like, please stop doing this. But you
Because that
can't.
famously works, doesn't it?
No, but you can't.
Give him a
I didn't have
gentle tap and a stop.
Did you have a sweater?
No, I didn't.
Could have like mopped it down.
I think at that point, if you have a sweater, you gotta mop it down and throw it away. You just gotta take the loss,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the L.
take the L, and move on.
This is for you, by the way.
And Barney.
Yes.
That's
But I'm-
very kind. Thank you.
What cars do you guys? Are you allowed to say? What do you guys drive?
I don't have a car. I live in central London, so
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Did you have a license?
I do have a license. Yeah, I've been driving since I was 17, but I don't drive at the moment. I just get on buses that don't move.
Yeah. I'm completely obsessed with cars.
Okay.
And
Very nice.
I have an old BMW M5, which I
Wow.
got a couple of years ago.
That's very cool.
An E34.
Wow.
Really, really fun.
You like an obscure older car?
I do
don't you?
quite like
It's very niche.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
quite like obscure older cars.
I mean, I think classic cars are some of the
Very
coolest.
Yeah.
Um,
I had an old Mercedes SL a few years ago, which was
Wow.
great. That was really nice from the 80s.
Wow.
I like 80s and 90s and sort of early noughties cars, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice.
A lot of plastic.
Yeah, a lot of plastic, but they were
But nice.
They were hand built. There was
Yeah,
something
they
nice
are
about them.
very
They were
cool.
also built for fun and to look.
Yes.
Quite
That's
fun
very
and cool.
true. That's very true.
Did you guys have bad first cars?
First
Because I had a
car.
terrible first car.
What was your first car?
I had do you remember the Ford KA that was like a bubble
no.
shape,
Yes.
metallic silver that my dad convinced me was a good deal? So, but it looks horrific.
Yeah,
Could you get passengers in the back of that?
just.
Yeah.
So long as they weren't over 5'6". Yeah, like diminutive passengers. Yeah, it was just. It did feel like a go-kart though. It
Okay.
like a little go-kart thing,
Okay.
but they just looked like a bubble. It was an awful first car.
What were your first road cars?
Road cars.
I had a nice first road
Yeah,
car.
I know you.
What was it?
But don't judge me too quickly. So I had a Mercedes C63 first
Amazing
in America.
car.
Very
Amazing
nice.
car.
Then
Then,
when I moved to London more like full time,
yeah.
I drove around a Vauxhall Astra for a while.
Did you?
So I went from
That's a step down.
What?
The insurance in America is is amazing. You can, the insurance in the UK now, you can't do anything. You can't have a nice car as a first car. But in America, anything goes.
But as well, like in America, like when a car becomes insured, anyone can drive it.
Yes,
Right.
on the car, not the driver.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I didn't know this. It's amazing.
So it's a lot easier.
The car is insured.
Yes.
So basically, you couldn't get good insurance in the UK,
No.
even with your
Yeah,
job. I guess it's even worse with your job, maybe.
Or when you have to fill out the job bit on the compare the
Says
market side
racing
thing,
driver.
like Formula One racing driver, you just see the premium go skyrocket.
But at
that's
least
the thing? That's the thing.
Is it?
Do you know the most expensive job you can put for your insurance is a racing driver?
Yeah, it
And
doesn't surprise me.
No, but it's totally wrong. We are the most in control.
Yeah, you're the safest.
We are the safest.
Yeah.
We are.
Yes.
Your
reactions.
Your reactions, your ability to control the spin or whatever.
Control the spin.
Were there to be a spin?
Control the cow you've just driven
we'll
into.
be the best.
Yeah, because I remember when I moved to London and then in my early 20s, the premium for presenters is really high as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I remember specifically a phone conversation with someone at Admiral or something,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Plug out.
"Well, if you're working at Radio 1, there's a chance you might be driving Fern Cotton around." I was like, "Okay."
Why does Fern put my premium
Well,
up?
Did
she
you
was
say-
she was big on Radio 1 at the time.
Yeah.
They were like, "Well, you could be driving celebrities around." Like,
Did you
no,
say
I'm not.
what about driving Greg James around?
Well, I was in my fledgling years.
So they do an early breakfast then.
But it was a weird thing where like the premium was mad. Tell me more about your Astra. How old was it? What was the what?
It was
what model?
2016.
2016 Astra.
It was manual.
Colour?
No upgrades. Bright
No
red.
upgrade.
Not being
Bright
Red Astra.
My first car was a Mini, classic Mini.
Oh, I love
So yeah, it was not.
That's cool.
It was not classic, but it was
That's nice.
92, 93.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love
what
an
I'd
old
like.
90s
Very
Mini.
nice.
Yeah.
British green, very nice. I was never old enough to drive it, so
Oh,
it was just there.
yeah.
I'm conscious that our producers here are flashing cars telling us we've not got time. We've got one
Yes.
job to do.
What's our job?
We've
Sorry,
bought
go on.
a bit of our studio. We've
Please.
got a lovely home of the Fast and Curious,
Tell us.
which is our helmet.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think we.
you don't like this helmet, do you?
I feel really ashamed signing this helmet.
Why?
Okay, Alex
Why?
doesn't like the helmet.
We really need to help.
It's just
know.
so. It's just not it.
It's just a basic
we
racing
wanted
helmet.
it to be.
Feel the weight of that.
It needed to be white.
Honestly, if you fall off on
These
this,
two. Yes, we know you're F1
you-
drivers, but we
if
can't
you
all buy
crash
F1
with
driving
this helmet,
helmets.
you're doing more damage to your head than with it off because it's just so heavy. It's like
Alex,
I hope
it's a-
this isn't what you have on your line,
It's a
bud.
studio
Right, yeah,
prop.
yeah.
We're overthinking this. It's a studio prop.
So I shouldn't be wearing that on my line.
No, you shouldn't.
no, but you should be having it.
Where are you going to pick to sign it? This always stresses people.
Who are these?
I know where I'm
We've got
going.
Bernie Collins, we've got Ruth Buscombe, we've got Chloe Grant. Who else have we got?
Right on the top.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're our first
Top of the dome.
active Formula One driver
That's nice.
to sign
I'll
it.
put my race number 2.
Oh, there we
thanks.
go.
Oh, that means it's like official.
Yeah. That's it. So we did our job. Greg, we had one job.
And we did it.
And we did it.
I feel like we
this
got
is
through
actually-
one question. We got. And
We've done one listener question in
ended
the
up
whole
talking about
podcast.
People behind the camera are utterly disappointed, but it just means you have less work to do. So think of it that way. Less typing.
Thank you guys. We appreciate that. We'll
These are for
lovingly
you
take it
guys
back
as
to the
well. This is
studio.
our gift to you. I already obviously gave you a nice mop-up thing. Greg.
Thank you guys.
I'm not sure.
Thanks
so much. I think the hoodie might have came out of that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I actually think there's multiple hoodies.
Oh, is it?
Are there?
Are there?
Maybe is there one for my dog?
Two sizes.
I think
two
there's
sizes.
thanks.
There's 2 in each.
Oh, I would like to
We didn't even get
encourage.
to ask them how they're feeling about the British Grand Prix.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
Can
we
we do
should
that?
maybe. Just a
F1
tap.
question. We always end on an F1 question on the Fast and the Curious,
Please,
don't we?
tell
Ending
us.
on the F1
Yes.
question. British
Tell
Grand
us.
Prix. Alex, go.
It's a bit of a weird one for me because I kind of get disconnected from my Britishness when I come here. Like I'm kind of like a nomad where I am half British, so it is a half Grand Prix.
And there is a lot of warmth from the.
There
You
is a
race
lot
under
of
the
love.
Thai
A
flag
lot of love.
proudly, but
Yes.
there's a lot of warmth from British
Yes,
fans for you.
it's beautiful. I live about, my family live about 20 minutes away from the circuit. So it's nice. It's just nice. For example, Sunday night after the race, it's tradition. We have a family barbecue. I have all my friends and family around. We all kind of just congregate. And the last year was nice because we scored points. And the year before that, I just came out of a hospital because I had a bad crash on the Sunday.
Yeah, bless you.
So it has its ups and downs. But the best thing about it, the strongest memory I have about having a home Grand Prix being Silverstone, to some extent, is my dog when I was in Formula 2, I stayed at my house. It was cheaper than everyone was on a budget. Cheaper
I
to
know
stay
the
in your house.
story.
And,
Get ready.
No, it's a normal story. Sunday morning, had a good qualified P2, and my dog was just taking a in the garden, and I remember I was having my tea and some cereal, and I just thought to myself, like, doesn't feel right, does it? Just going to race day, going to war, and you're there just watching the
Having
dog
your
take
cereal, watching your dog.
But it can go one of two ways, I guess. That can take your mind, to a happier place or a simpler
Precisely.
place.
I've actually said this. I think I prefer it.
Yeah.
I love going to races. So Monaco's now we've stepped up the ladder a little bit. Monaco Grand Prix is amazing because you're at your home, you're in your own bed.
When I stayed home from Miami, it was amazing.
It's the
Best
best feeling.
feeling.
I spoke to you before this, and was it fun?
Best feeling.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I was the same as Alex. I thought this might feel weird because you never do it,
Yes.
but it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think people like motorhomes at racetracks. I never really got it,
It's not
and
the
now
same.
I get
Not
it.
the same.
I don't think
Never
it's the same.
But you can make it your own. If you own it, you make it your own.
Yeah, that's true.
Have your own little touches.
I mean, you'll have your motorhomes at Silverstone,
We have motorhomes at Silverstone.
and it's the same one that goes to all the other races.
well, we only
This is the only race we
we
do.
use it. Yeah,
Right.
because the driving in and out of the track is a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's too many fans. That's a great thing.
A lot of
Too many
fans.
A
That's,
lot of fans. Too many fans, if anything.
And it's a
Too
fun.
many people.
Too popular, if
Too
anything. the
popular.
sport.
Yeah.
Even though it's not obviously not a home race for you, Logan, but people love Silverstone as a circuit.
I mean,
It's
it's
your favourite, isn't
It's
it?
my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite on the calendar. I think there's a few races of the year that have these crazy atmospheres. Silverstone's one of them. And ultimately, I lived in the UK for the last 8 years, so it is
Yeah.
my home away from home.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. I just I hope as a team we're have a chance this weekend. We're gonna do our best, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it though.
Well, thank you so much for having us on your podcast.
No worries. Thank
We
you.
hope you will
guys.
come back on our podcast in the future.
Please, we would love to.
And go well this weekend, guys. Thank
you very much.
Team Fast and Curious are
We'll
right
see you at
behind
the
you.
McLaren Hospitality.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you,
Cool.
guys.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
very
No
much.
worries. Thank you.
Thank you.